Hey gang, it's Jansen here and welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, we are going to be talking about a massive change that was made to do with VAT at the beginning of this year that may have made unprofitable products now profitable. So if you're not familiar with what this change was, in a nutshell, it basically stems from the fact that international sellers were avoiding paying VAT, as we all know if you're selling in the UK, and HMRC said, right, enough is enough, and they instructed Amazon to collect VAT on behalf of all international sellers when selling on the UK platform. So what this has meant is anybody that isn't from the UK, that isn't a UK seller, now automatically has 20% of their sales proceeds withheld by Amazon, which is paid directly by Amazon to HMRC. Now, if you are a UK-based seller, this change does not impact you whether you are VAT registered or you aren't VAT registered. It's only something that is going to impact those sellers that are based outside of the UK and they sell goods within the UK. And this is a hugely positive change for us UK sellers for the one main reason that it stops them being able to evade tax. So what was historically being done is international sellers, naming no names, were either not providing a VAT number to Amazon or were providing a fake VAT number to Amazon. They were selling their goods on the Amazon UK platform and then keeping all the profits for themselves rather than paying 20% of their sales proceeds in the form of VAT to HMRC. Now, because we are based in the UK, we are UK limited companies or just UK registered traders, it meant that we can't do that. We have to provide a valid VAT number if we are required to be registered, and we have to pay VAT. There was no escaping that, and that created a very unfair playing field because these international sellers were not paying that 20% VAT, which automatically meant that if we were, that our profit margins were a lot lower than those international guys, which meant that they had a lot more room to lower prices, which basically meant that if we were to be able to compete, i.e. charge the same price, we wouldn't be profitable because we're paying 20% of our sales proceeds in the form of VAT to the government, and these guys weren't. So it was completely unfair, and it basically meant that a lot of products that people wanted to sell on Amazon just weren't feasible. It wasn't profitable to sell because we just couldn't compete with these international sellers who seemingly had rock bottom prices that weren't able to be explained. Like, we were just like, how on earth are they making a profit? And the answer was they weren't paying VAT. So this change from the 1st of January stated that if you're an international seller, guess what? You don't pay VAT anymore straight to the government. Amazon takes it from your sales proceeds and pays it on your behalf, which is awesome. Now, one thing that has happened immediately obvious from this is international sellers have thought, oh crap, products that we sell are no longer profitable because now we're having to give 20% of our sales proceeds to the government for VAT, i.e. do what we were meant to do before. And here is a blatant example of a Chinese seller basically just thinking, oh crap. You can see some bathroom scales here. The price is £22. Look at this. If we use Helium 10, the price tracker over time, you can see all the way up to December the 31st, i.e. before this new regulation came in, they were priced at £17. And then literally, as soon as it turns New Year's Day, they increase the price to £22. How blatant is that? So this is kind of good. Well, it's good for us in a number of reasons. It levels the playing field massively because those guys now have to pay VAT just like we do. And it means that previously unprofitable products that we'd looked at might now be profitable because on the whole, prices on Amazon have gone up. And I found this really interesting article from the Sunday Times that has said that they've done an investigation into a ton of products on Amazon, and so many of them have had their prices increased by 20% from the 1st of January. If that doesn't tell you blatantly that these guys were evading tax, then nothing will. Unfortunately, this article has done a really good job of pointing out. So it said that they've gone through a ton of products, and you can see examples include weighing scales, so similar to the ones that I've just spoken about there, that were £7 and are now £8.29, so they've increased. And then it goes through a ton of other products. So it says a fitness tracker was £20 and it's now 24. Some bike lights have gone from 13 to £15. It's basically just so blatantly obvious that these guys were avoiding tax, and there needs to be repercussions for that. So you can see here somebody, a UK retailer who competes with Chinese sellers, just like most of us, most of you guys watching this now, is saying that you can look across all the product ranges where Chinese sellers dominate the marketplace, and they've all gone up in price by roughly 20% or so. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is look within your own niches if you are selling, and reassess your selling price. I've looked, the average price in my niche before this was about £16. It's gone up to about 18, 19 now. So that presents an opportunity for me to be able to increase my profit to a more acceptable level. So I would highly encourage you guys to do that as well. Look within your product niches and see what the average price is, and consider increasing your price. And what it's also hopefully going to do is make product niches that you've looked at before, you thought they were quite interesting, but you thought actually it's too risky, there's not enough profit, it's going to make those more attractive. So I would definitely look back at product niches that you've considered in the past and reassess the profit margins, because in all likelihood the prices have probably gone up because of this change. So those are two kind of massive advantages that have happened because of this. But best of all, this is the real cherry on the cake. This article here is saying that HMRC are now going to be investigating all those sellers that increase their price by 20% from New Year's Day onwards, because it's obvious they were avoiding tax and they're going to have a massive tax bill, which is great. So hopefully that will either put off certain sellers from selling in the UK market. They might think because of Brexit and because of this VAT increase that they're better off just selling in the US or in Europe. And, hopefully it will result in them getting fined, because before all of this happened, it just was not fair, and it made so many products just not viable for us to sell. So I'm really pleased with this change. And when I saw this article and when I noticed that all the prices in my niches had gone up, I thought I need to tell the guys on YouTube all about this, because it's a great start to 2021. I mean, it in other areas it obviously hasn't been so good, but this is one good change to do with, I don't know whether it's to do with directly with Brexit or what, but it's certainly one good change that has been made that acts in the favour of UK sellers. So I know that 2021 hasn't got off to the best start. The fact that we're still in lockdown sucks, but I'm hoping that stories like this are going to continue. People clamping down on international sellers evading tax and having an unfair advantage. It makes me feel very happy that this has happened now, because it's going to make a ton of products more viable than they were before. And, I also feel a bit smug, the fact that it says in this article that a lot of these sellers are going to be investigated, fined, maybe even banned from Amazon. Who knows? I might just be dreaming. But hopefully you guys are cheered up a bit now. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more Amazon FBA content, and I will see you next time.